The number one pick, however, belongs to the Philadelphia 76ers. Much of the speculation, and as Kevin Kiley pointed out, centering on Allen Iverson of Georgetown, the sophomore. Let's go to Peter Vesey now. And Peter, any reason to think they'd go anywhere but Iverson?
No, I think he has a pretty good source there in Mr. Croce. I talked to Brad Greenberg, the 76er general manager, a while ago. He loves Iverson for a number of reasons. He thinks he's the quickest guy in the draft, the fastest, the most competitive, the most mentally tough, the most persistent. In addition, he feels he is capable, very capable of running the team and making everybody happy. Other than that, Brad Greenberg isn't sure of the pick.
Quickly, guys, if you had to make the choice between Stephon Marbury and Iverson, where do you go?
Well, it comes down to style. You have a new coach, you have a new general manager. How are you going to play? You already have in cement Derek Coleman, you have Clarence Witherspoon, and then you have Stackhouse. Three guys who score. It will come down to your philosophy. Here in New York, it's unanimous. It should be Marbury.
Where I sit, I like Marcus Camby because of the style of play of having to wait for Derek Coleman to get down the floor. The X factor, Derek Coleman gets in great shape. You got three wonderful players with Iverson, Stackhouse, and Derek Coleman.
There's been a lot of instability at the point for the Philadelphia 76ers since Maurice Cheeks left. And look at this list since 1989 of Johnny Dawkins and Hornacek, Ricky Green, Barrows, Tyler, Skiles, Maxwell, and the instant offense guy, Trevor Ruffin. Making the adjustment from the point in college to the point in the pros, how tough is that?
Well, it's very difficult. First, starting with the defensive end, but Iverson and Marbury, two excellent defenders. Also, the 24-second clock, Ernie. You not only have to get the teams into their offensive sets, but you also have to be able to break the defensive down when that clock gets to 4 or 5 seconds.
We are ready for the first pick of the 1996 NBA draft, and to make the announcement, the commissioner, David Stern.
With the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
And there you see backstage Allen Iverson, the Georgetown sophomore. Ann and Steve, mom and dad. Family and friends back there. And what a tremendous moment that is for a kid. You think about all the nights, all the mornings that you had to get up early, take the kid to his youth league game, and dreaming of this night, of being the first pick in the NBA draft. And it has happened for Allen Iverson. His mom, and there is David Falk, who should figure prominently into the...
He seems very happy.
Yes, as a matter of fact. Can't hide that smile. Wearing the hat of the Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson. And let's talk a little bit about the first pick by the Philadelphia 76ers. An even 6 foot, 167 pounds, and as quick as you can possibly want out of a player about to go into the NBA. Allen Iverson led the Big East in scoring with 25 points a game and in steals with better than 3 a contest. He was consensus All-American. He averaged nearly 28 points a game in the NCAA tournament. He played 4 games there. Had 10 steals in a game against Miami. The first player to ever leave Georgetown in the John Thompson era. He had good reason to do this. He has a sister who's ill, needs a specialist. Allen Iverson wants to help. You look at the strengths and the weaknesses. A lot of strengths. A big upside on this guy. What do you think, Hubie and Rick?
Well, I think you also have to throw into the equation is the fact that he was Defensive Player of the Year 2 times in the Big East. You know that with the basketball from end to end, there's no one in the league going to be quicker. Plus, you know because of the explosiveness that he can break you down from a defensive standpoint. And a major plus with this guy, he gets to the foul line.
And pretty good ups on the guy, too. And I have a feeling he hasn't come down yet, even though he is with our Craig Sager right now. Craig?
All right, Allen, congratulations. Hubie Brown says there's nobody in the league quicker than you. Is there anybody that can stop you one-on-one?
I don't know. I hope not. I don't think so.
You've pretty well been able to do whatever you want on the court in high school and in college. What have the Sixers told you they expect from you?
They just want me to come in and play my game. Distribute the ball. There's great players already on the team, Stackhouse and Derek Coleman. it'd be crazy to think that I will come in and try to take all the shots like I did at Georgetown. But I think we have a good game plan, and we got a great coach and a great staff, and I'm looking forward to it.
You mentioned great players. Derek Coleman obviously is one of them. If you talk to him, how do you get the best out of his game?
I haven't talked to him, but you know, they lost some games last year a lot, and I know they want to just dig deep down inside and bring everything out that they got and win some games. And all I want to do is win. And that whole staff and the organization, they just want to win.
Congratulations, you're number one.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Ernie.
All right, there is his mom, Ann, and yeah, hanging on every word that Allen Iverson had to say. His first interview as a pro, you could say, talking to our Craig Sager. And that means that the last two picks of the draft have both been from Georgetown. Don Reed was the last pick last year, and now Allen Iverson, the first pick of the 96 draft. And Don Reed's success with Doug Collins and the Detroit Pistons points out, doesn't matter where you go, you can make an impact in this league. Allen Iverson definitely had an impact on the program at Georgetown, leaving after his sophomore year, leaving John Thompson with memories of a true fantastic point guard.
He's an extraordinary athlete. I think that the fact that he jumps well, he runs well, he's quick and fast, he is an intelligent person. He picks up very quickly, and you know, if Allen does not do something, it's because he made the choice to do it, not because of the fact that he does not understand. And I think he's got a tremendous competitive heart.
He is the sixth guard taken number one in the NBA draft, the last one taken 1979. Pretty good player, Irvin Magic Johnson. So the Philadelphia 76ers have a new look. They have a new point guard. Let us go now to Kevin Kiley. Kevin?
Thank you, Ernie. A lot of smiling faces here in Philadelphia. This is one of them, the new rookie head coach, Johnny Davis, former point guard yourself. I have to ask you, the character issue with Iverson, was it discussed?
We certainly discussed it. We evaluated, assessed Allen Iverson as a person, and we're very satisfied with who he is.
There's some concern that Iverson being so quick getting up and down the court that Coleman and Witherspoon will not get up and down the court with him. What's your feeling in coaching the team?
Not a concern. Not a concern at all. Derek Coleman, Jerry Stackhouse, both basketball players, both willing to do whatever. They'll be able to get up and down the floor with Allen Iverson.
You'll make sure they do. Now, what about the point guard position? What is the most difficult thing for a point guard to learn?
I think running the club, learning which players like the ball where, just being in command and authority of the game itself. I don't think Allen will have any problem making that adjustment at all.
Right, Johnny. Well, congratulations to you and to the Philadelphia 76ers. Back to you, Ernie.
2016 NBA Draft belongs to the Philadelphia 76ers, who have 5 minutes to make their selection.
The Sixers have 5 minutes here, but they've spent weeks examining, and perhaps there was some talk at one point that they would not go with Ben Simmons. But Philadelphia, for the third time in its history, will have the #1 overall pick in the draft. The last time the Sixers picked first overall was 20 years ago in a tremendous draft. Allen Iverson was the pick, and he certainly led Philadelphia to plenty glory.
With the first pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
Iverson led the way in that 96 draft. Look at the other guys who came out of that. Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Jermaine O'Neal. You know, Samaki Walker and his hat were drafted before Kobe Bryant that year. Remember that, the white top hat?
Yeah, I do remember that.
You were all over sports.
He got me off the hook.
Todd Fuller was drafted before Kobe Bryant.
No fewer than 4 Hall of Famers in that shot, by the way, of those first 5 players chosen.
It is an inexact science, and Philadelphia, who really has bungled the science, it seems, in recent years. They perfected the science of losing. They've done so supposedly with a plan to try to get to this point, to stockpile some draft picks. They have 3 first-round picks tonight. They pick in the top 3 for the 3rd straight year, tying the longest streak ever in NBA history. And these are the guys that they've added. Jahlil Okafor was the 3rd pick last year. Joel Embiid out of Kansas due to myriad injuries has not played yet. But Embiid has been cleared, and they hope to finally get him on the court this season. Now, Philadelphia planning to be active here, would like to move up in the draft again. Mark Stein joins us now. So, Mark, what are you hearing from the Sixers right now in terms of who they'd like to move and perhaps get another draft pick?
Reese, the Sixers want that number 3 pick from Boston, and I'm told that they're offering Nerlens Noel, number 24 and number 26 tonight, and Robert Covington. They put all that on the table, trying to get Boston to surrender the number 3 pick, presumably so they can go get Chris Dunn. Now, the Celtics have been searching all day for a better offer, but at this point, word is Philadelphia's in the lead for that number 3 pick.
All right, Mark, you see the Sixers have endured the process for a while. We're told the pick is just about in. Is that a good deal quickly, Jalen, if they make that the Noel deal?
No, that is not a good deal. You select Chris Dunn. Do not make that move.
But Boston, do not make the deal from Boston's standpoint.
Absolutely.
And the first pick in the draft, we believe it is going to be Ben Simmons. That's not a very well-kept secret. Here is the commissioner, Adam Silver, with the first pick of this 2016 draft.
With the first pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Ben Simmons from Melbourne, Australia, and Louisiana State University.
A sizable Sixers contingent on hand to celebrate this pick. Ben Simmons from Australia. At various points in his career, he's been compared in terms of skills to a LeBron James type of players. You see Johnny Jones is coached for 1 year at LSU, and that Sixers hat now goes on to Simmons as he makes his way to greet Adam Silver. So what do we get here from Ben Simmons with the Sixers, JB?
Well, you have a 20-year-old, 6'10", 245-pound, essentially forward with point guard skills. He can put the ball on the deck, and he is an outstanding finisher near the rim with either hand. He's got a 40-inch vertical. He averaged 5 assists per game as a forward at LSU. He's a big-time passer that has full-court vision. He can pass out of the post. He's also shown to be a big-time rebounder. When he gets a defensive rebound, he can rip and go and take it in the open floor and complete a play in transition as a point guard would. He is not a great shooter. Only took 3 3-pointers on the year, making 1, and did not shoot much from the perimeter at all.
Did you say a forward with point guard skills? How about this guy? Somebody that we all know very well, and you coach, Jay. Grant Hill. He was 6'8", 225, and would bang on you, as you see. 7-time All-Star, 5 All-NBA team, played 18 seasons and made $143 million playing basketball. And by the way, his freshman year, just like Ben Simmons, they both made 1 3-point shot.
Well, I mean, this is the thing that's always learned, or it can be learned. If he works hard enough at it, he can learn how to do it. Everything that the Sixers, every category, they're near the bottom or at the bottom. So Simmons doesn't have to worry about only shooting. He does so many things so well, as Jay has been pointing out. Those things alone can help elevate the 76ers over time. But let's face it, they got a long way to go, and so does he.
You see, the third #1 overall pick for the Sixers is Simmons. He bears more in common with Doug Collins and Allen Iverson. Collins was the first pick after the Sixers won 9 games the previous year. This 76er team won just 10, so a lot on Ben Simmons' shoulders. Visiting now with Lisa Salter.
Ben, this is what everyone expected, but it's now finally here. So can you share what it was like to be selected #1 overall?
It's amazing. You know, I'm happy that Sixers chose me. I've been working so hard to get to this point. You know, it's a great city, and I'm looking forward to getting to Philly.
Philly is the only team that you worked out for. So how are you so sure that this is going to be a good fit for you?
For Philly, it feels good. I feel relaxed. You know, I'm comfortable with the system. Great coaches, great people, a great young team, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, you already have a connection because your father played for the head coach of the 76ers, Brett Brown, and he is standing by now with our Andy Katz. Andy?
All right, thank you, Lisa. Yes, it was 1989 that David Simmons played for Brett Brown in Australia. So with that being said, David, what kind of advice can you give your son about playing for Coach Brown?
I think Coach Brown's a very passionate coach, and loves the sport, and is very detailed. So if Ben just follows his lead, I think he'll do just fine.
When did you realize he could be an NBA player?
Well, we talk about this all the time, and maybe not to the past couple of years, as you know, a lot of hurdles to jump, and you have to maintain whatever it is position you have. And Ben's done a fantastic job of maintaining that #1 ranking on most people's books for the past few years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Reese.
With the first pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Markelle Fultz from the University of Washington.
The moment for Markelle Fultz, who was on the junior varsity at DeMatha Catholic until his junior season in high school. An avid BMX biker, and now he loves to throw caution to the wind, and now he's going to have to be daring enough to try to lift the 76ers into a winning culture. What are the Sixers getting from Fultz, Jay?
Well, they're getting a guy who's got an NBA frame already. He's got great length, and he's a 3-level scorer. He can score from deep, he can score in the middle game, and he can score at the rim. Great body balance. By far in this draft, the best pick-and-roll ball handler in the draft. He's essentially a James Harden clone on the offensive end. He's got a quick, high release on his shot. I think one of the things that's interesting about him, though, he has a couple of flaws. One, he floats on defense. He is not a great defensive player yet, although he should be really good. He has some LeBron-type blocks where he chases guys down from behind. But to have a guy like this where offensively he's really got no holes in his game, he's a multi-dimensional scorer that once he comes off a pick and roll, he's got great pace with it. He can change speeds, change direction, an excellent finisher around the basket. And then we talked about his physical profile. You know, he's 6'4", he's got a 6'10" wingspan. Tip it back, America. But he's long, he's strong, and the kid knows how to play. He's an excellent passer, almost 6 assists per game. He'll stick his nose in there and rebound. 23 points per game at Washington since 2000. That's the 3rd best for a freshman behind Michael Beasley and Kevin Durant. That's a pretty good score.
I have a comp for him, Jay. A gentleman named Bradley Beal. His demeanor, his ability to score off the dribble, not necessarily going to be the primary ball handler in Philadelphia, like Bill isn't asked to be in Washington. However, can get points and flurries at multiple levels, as you mentioned. I think he has what it takes to be a big-time scorer in the NBA.
The first pick is off the board, and as expected, Markelle Fultz joins this fraternity of #1 overall picks all time with the Sixers. Ben Simmons a year ago, Allen Iverson in '96, and the great Doug Collins.
Yes,
back
indeed.
In
I see you, Coach.
That's your guy. Allison Williams with the newest Philadelphia 76er.
Thank you very much, Reese. Markelle, it was expected, but now it's a reality. How did it feel to hear your name called and walk across that stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft?
It was unbelievable, really. I mean, truly a blessing, something I've been dreaming about. Last night, I was just sitting down, just thinking about hearing my name called, and it was unreal, really. Once I heard my name called, I mean, it was like God calling me. So, I mean, I'm just happy.
You're drafted by the 76ers, which means you join what's been known as the process. But for you personally, you often talked about trusting the process. What did that mean to you?
What it meant to me was anything you do, stick with it no matter what goes on. Even if stuff's not going your way, you still got to stick with it. I think that's what I've been doing my whole life between high school and college. So.
Like so many guys, you're rocking a very nice custom suit, but what makes this suit jacket special is not what's on the outside, what's on the inside. Do you mind giving us a little peek at the lining of the suit there, and tell me about the inspiration behind it and who you tried to pay tribute to with it?
I got my mom, pretty much all my memories inside here, so you guys can see I got a little bit of everything in here. I mean, I got pictures, F2G, just everything that meant the most to me. My great-grandma who passed away, so I mean, this is all the memories that got me to where I am today. So.
How'd you come up with this? What made you decide to do this?
Just the guy, the custom suit. I mean, he told me he can do it, and when I thought about it, I thought, like, why not? I mean, it's something nice. It's something that's going to be memorable forever. I'm going to hang this up and go back and look at it. So.